Number 10. This is a great little problem. I want you to factor it. Now, you could sort of see here, if you started and thought that that was one of the guys, you know, it would have to, if you have a 1 here, the only way it's going to multiply to create an 8 is this guy. So, you know, those would be the only two you could multiply. And maybe it gives it to you. And you could check, oh, does it? Okay. Again, I don't know the answer here. I haven't done the problem yet. Okay. And then you could, if that doesn't work, you could try and check and see, well, what if I try to multiply 2x minus 5y? Well, that's going to have to be a 4x plus that y. It can't be the 4x plus 5y because 5 times 5 would give you 25 in the end. So you could go through and just take your chances with it, but we don't want to do that. Let's try to figure it out. Well, this is going to be like a busting B problem. We're going to have to start with doing the A times the C value, the 8 times 5, which is going to give us negative 40. Okay, so we're going to think of the multiples of 40, which will be negative in this case. One will be positive, one will be negative. 1 and 40, 2 times 20, 3 times nothing, 4 times 10, 5 times 8. We need them to combine to give us this middle that we're going to bust apart of that 18xy. So what is going to have a difference of 18? It's going to be the 2 and the 20. That's what we're going to bust apart. Now, to create a negative 18, he's going to have to be negative. He's going to have to be positive. Okay. Now, I am going to put this 20 in front because I always like the middle between. I'll refresh your memory. So here's what we have. We have 8x squared minus 18xy minus 5y squared. We're going to bust this guy apart. I have my 8x squared up front. I have my minus 5y squared in the back. We're going to bust them apart into a plus 2xy minus 20xy. I want to put this in front and the 2xy in the back so that the middle is a plus. I always want that middle to be a plus if I can. If you have a negative there, you just have to change it to plus and negative. No big deal. Hopefully you remember that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group the front and group the back. That's why we want a plus here, not a minus. So what factors out of 8 and 20? Well, 4 comes out. Also an x comes out, doesn't it? A 4 and an x. We're left behind with a 2x minus 4 times 5 is 20. We already factored that x out, but we have that y left behind. Right away, I know there's a 2x minus 5y. I know that guy's going to be one of the pieces. The other is going to be a 4x something. So let's see. Actually, I can see what it is now. Plus 2 and nothing factors out there except number-wise, but a y does factor out, and you're left behind with a 2x minus a 5y. So we have a 2x minus 5y that they both share, and technically that factors out front. We're left behind with a 4x, this piece, plus that piece, 4x plus y. Those are the two that it breaks down to.